on how to do carjackings, and one of the kids said we played the game by day and we lived the game by night. It's a murder simulator. People played Grand Theft Auto 3, hopped in their truck, ran over a man they didn't even know, went home and started playing the game. They decided that the game was simply that murder was an extension of the game.
I'm a rabbit in these Liberty City streets. I am bank robber, criminal, convict. I am escaping into a new world without choice. I am Fiverr, strapped for cash and looking for the American dream. My world, violent. Everything in Liberty City wants me dead. Rabid dogs at every turn, vicious cats with hooked claws, and even my own, hidden in warrens so twisted and different from what I could consider home that they become hostile, totalitarian in their nature, threatening to hold me close until death.
All the violence is still the same, but when you're looking at a guy just shoot another guy, that guy keeling over, it's a much more grim, realistic game.
Everything in Liberty City wants me dead. My jobs are easy enough. Just drive back and forth, point A to point B. Deliver a package, pick up a sex worker, visit another like me who may become friend or foe. But my tools for doing so cause nothing but destruction. To hold down the trigger at all is the speed, which is illegal. The law is impossible to uphold. And to speed is to endanger myself. These streets weren't made for me. They were made for drones to follow pathing. They leave tiny gaps between themselves and dare me to squeeze through. No matter how many times I try, I cannot. The light turns green and a car makes a turn, and of course I'm speeding down the road, praying incoming traffic doesn't materialize before me, because my timer is running down, and if I don't make it, I don't get paid. And unlike all the folks walking the sidewalks, I can't go into the local gas station and get a real job. I don't have the option of a 401k, cushy office space, or even the demoralizing grind of physical labor. I'm a rabbit. All I can do is run. So the light turns green and the car makes the turn and I T-bone it. I don't die, but my car is beat to shit, so it catches fire and I'm slow to get out. The explosion nearly wastes me. Blow it up! Blow it up! I can't afford that. Like literally, the fines just keep piling up. It's strange that all these lives, my own included, and the laws that govern them all have a price tag. I think about the parking ticket I got for leaving my car at work overnight several years ago. The cop saw where my car was at, saw the snow piling up around it, knows that a factory job barely pays minimum wage, and slaps me with a ticket that takes a week to pay. He stole my life 1 cent at a time. The only time I'm not dying is when I can turn the radio on and get good music. There's and this stuff slaps, and it makes the monotony of fetch quests, tailing missions, and near-death experiences more like a cinematic experience. I drive into Chinatown and have to kill far too many people with too few bullets. It's a small neighborhood, and it's squished into an already poor patch of Liberty City. I think about sitting in my coworker's apartment smoking weed. Section 8 housing. I tell him how, when I delivered pizzas, the store I worked for wouldn't accept orders from this neighborhood after dark. I flip the station and get to driving. Some guy is talking to someone else. I can't tell if he's mocking them or genuinely a dumbass. And then I realize that's not the point. It doesn't matter. I'm listening to
them. And so it's not actually a form of music. It's a form of rhythmic speaking.
Honestly, who gives a shit?
I'm listening to
The segment we do where we sit down and we actually had Danny for 40 minutes and trying to slash our tires.
Can't speak to this. I'm on the clock.
Favorite baristas. They were so great, they even went out of their way to refer to Z by Shim's biological gender.
I'm listening to the people given authority, who are given platforms and legitimized by those platforms. I'm listening to a piece of art made to be satire and realizing that satire is dead. And America killed it.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Fiverr ran from ecological disaster to find a new warrant to live and found terror instead. I ran from a flipped prison transport convoy, attacked to free someone bigger and more important than me, leaving me on a bridge with the cops coming fast and nowhere to go. If I follow the train of thought that says to just sit tight and wait, that the cops will understand why I didn't run, I only see the clamping jaws of a bear trap slamming down around my neck. I never was given a choice. Death as inspiration. Run from the end of the world to find hope. I wonder if in 30 years Liberty City will be underwater. I think this as I round a corner and smash into another fucking car because the switch port of this game is absolute garbage. God.
Possibly. All right, let me ask you this.
The image of New York flooded from that Jacob Geller video lives in my head, and I swear I can see the Liberty City Chinatown in there. I swear I can see my friend's apartment. I think about Bo Burnham singing, "The whole world at your fingertips, the ocean at your door." I'm a rabbit in these Liberty City streets. And to the cops and the people of Liberty City, my deaths are justified. Each and every time I'm gunned down, it's cheered. Every time I'm arrested, fined, and released, it's with joy of purpose. I can't get a job. I can't start a family. I don't have the choice to go back to school. I crime because I have to. I am criminal. I am a rabbit. And the world was designed to kill me. In March or April of 2020, the city of Chicago and I marched down Lakeshore Drive, following the charismatic calls of a black woman. We sat at the intersection of Chicago and Lakeshore, and she sang a song. Then we marched to Michigan Avenue, where the storefronts were all boarded up and the only people on the street were there for the same reason. The cops drove their cars to kettle the lot of us towards the bridge that crosses the river. They parked at each intersection and more cops poured in on foot to continue the push. They had been doing this song and dance for hours, blocking some streets, giving others up, but it was getting close to 5 p.m. and the sausage was getting spicy. They kettled us towards the bridge, and when we got to it, ready to cross it back to where we had started long ago, they raised it, creating a wall in our faces. The stretch of road leading up to the bridge had no branching paths. Their cars were parked at the nearest intersection, and despite our numbers, the cops had batons, spray, gas, and always at the back of our minds, cocked and loaded, were their guns. Once the bridge was raised, they sent in the cavalry. Literally, cops on horseback. I remembered all those tweets about how to subdue cop horses, and all the quote retweets about that and how it was a stupid idea, and all the quote retweets of those quote retweets asking for actual solutions, and the replies to all of those boiling down to "don't get in the way of a fucking charging horse." We were rabbits in that Chicago street, and the hounds bared their fangs. In the end, Fiverr finds a new warrant. In Liberty City, I cross the bridge and meet new people who give me the same jobs, only more dangerous. I make more money. I defeat my foes. I buy a new house. But I always think about Fiverr. I'll always be a rabbit.